Imperial Wilderness rests just off the Tamiami Trail, midway between Naples and the Everglades. It's a modest, quiet community where residents enjoy life's simple pleasures. On Saturday afternoons inside the clubhouse, however, there's a hive of activity and a cacophony of sound. The community's homegrown New Horizons band is practicing, developing newly discovered and often long-postponed skills. Call it a field of dreams for those who always wanted music to be a part of their lives.
It's an amateur group, so if somebody's a professional musician all their life, it's really not for them. They could come in and sit in and play, but it's really for people who are adult beginners. They have always wanted to play an instrument or been in some kind of music group, but through their career, they just didn't have time to do it. So now in retirement, they maybe have a little bit more time and they can live out that dream that they had.
The New Horizons movement was started in upstate New York in the early 1990s by Roy Ernst, a former professor at the Eastman School of Music. The idea was to give older people a chance to experience being in a band, even if they'd never played an instrument before. The concept spread rapidly, and there are now more than 100 New Horizons bands in North America. The Imperial Wilderness chapter began in 2006, largely through family connections.
I'm fortunate enough to be the brother of Roy Ernst, who started the whole New Horizon movement. And when I was talking with Roy about it one time, he said, "You need to start a band." And I said, "Oh, well, that'd be great." I said, "I'll start one of your New Horizons bands down here in the park."
Eric Ernst had played saxophone in a dance band with his brothers years ago. But when the new band formed, Roy advised him to try something new.
He said, "Well, get yourself a trombone." He said, "That puts you on the same level as everybody else, so that you're not the expert and you're starting right along with them." It's been a little bit of a challenge playing that trombone. I used to play violin too, and it's a little bit more like playing violin. It seems hard to believe, but it is, because you don't have a valve that you press down and you get that note.
The challenge of finding the right notes is one that is shared by all the band members. But that's just fine by everyone, including Carper, the band's director. The point is not to get to Carnegie Hall. It's just to have fun, learning to play music.
There's a challenge with it. You have to motivate. You have to make it fun. If it's not fun and they're volunteers, of course, they would just say they're not enjoying it, they won't come back. So we do make it enjoyable, and we do a lot of laughing.
Carper is used to working with beginners. During his career as an elementary school music teacher, his focus was primarily on singing, but he says he's really an instrumentalist at heart.
It was a nice fit for me to be able to come in and work with instrumental players again, and not have the pressure of being with a professional group. It's fun to have that kind of pressure, but it's also just fun to work for the joy of it. And these folks just love playing, so it's playing for joy.
Coincidentally, Carper was a student of Roy Ernst when he attended the Eastman School. His love of music is evident and wide-ranging.
Personally, I like music from everywhere. If somebody says, what is a style that I really like? I don't know. My bachelor's degree was at a jazz school, and my master's degree was at a classical school, and when I did my PhD, it was a world music school. So it's just been an evolution with me that I like all different styles from around the world, and the variety of it, and the different feelings that different kind of music can bring out of you.
As band director, Carper is free with his encouragement and praise, even when his charges don't quite get the piece right. And when they need an extra bit of instruction, Carper pulls out his own trumpet, simultaneously playing and conducting.
Music, it sounds so much easier than it really is. It looks easier than it really is. They pick up an instrument and they find it isn't very easy, and they've got to just stick with it. So it's frustrating, except that's just one of the amazing things here. Somebody could be a retired person and just sit on the couch and watch television all day long, and these folks are saying, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to learn something every day."
The band numbers about 35 people and includes a solid variety of instruments.
We've got one of just about everything that would be in a band. This year we have maybe 4 flutes and 6 clarinets and 5 or 6 trumpets, trombones, tuba, French horn, saxophones.
And the music has a definite martial flavor.
We'll almost always have one or two marches or other patriotic numbers and some show tunes or old standards. And almost always there's something that isn't either.
Newcomers to the band may show up not knowing how to blow a single note, but that's no bar to their joining. Carper, Ernst, and the rest happily teach them note by note. A long-term goal is to get everyone reading music.
Now, reading music is not nearly as difficult as people would lead you to believe. It has some very logical paths to it.
Regular practice is, of course, an accepted element for the New Horizons band. But so is performing, whether at the clubhouse or around town.
We'll perform just about any place people would ask us to perform. We love to go out and perform.
The biggest show of the year is the spring concert at Imperial Wilderness, when individual ensembles have a chance to shine, and all the weeks of hard work bring the payoff of audience appreciation.
They are quite a success. Thinking back, whenever I first started, we played out of a beginner's book. We didn't have any real songs that we could work on, but it was just exercises out of a beginning band book. Maybe the second year we started having some real band arrangements, and now we don't play out of that beginning book at all, not even warm-ups any longer, but we just play real arrangements for a band, and so that's quite a success, I think.
Although based at Imperial Wilderness, the New Horizons band is open to anyone, and members come from as far away as Bonita. New members are always welcome, and Ernst hopes many more will discover the joy of music in later life, just as he has.
I enjoyed just the musical experience with a lot of other people, and we have a great group of people in this park, and they get along great, and now we're getting other people coming in from outside the park, part of the band. It's just a great experience with all these people, and it's another avenue to have a lot of friends.
So it really doesn't matter very much if members of the New Horizons band don't always hit the right notes. What does matter is the shared dream of music that enriches and fulfills them. That's a melody everyone can enjoy.